Hello everyone, I'm Beth the Dork, and today I wanted to do another scenario highlight. Today I'm going to be showing off two scenarios, both made by the O Calhoun over on Reddit, just like the first one I did, the 7 Circle. So the first one we're looking at is called Scranton Street, and it's exactly what you see here, this tiny little neighborhood, and all you get are these few plots of land. You got these really cool buildings out here, pool, little office park. I know it's probably a reference to The Office, which, makes perfect sense. It's my favorite show of all time. So let's see. The description is, there are a few abandoned lots on Scranton Street, and you've decided to illegally build a theme park here. If you can attract enough guests before the rich neighbors get you shut down, the city council might let you get the park operational. So the goal is to have at least 800 guests in your park at the end of October year 1 with a park rating of at least 600, which that doesn't seem like a very hard goal, but considering you only have 1 year to get that many guests in this tiny little area, it is quite challenging. Also, you really can't get much in the way of a loan. Yeah, and if you want to buy this little bit of land here where this house is, it's $200 a plot, so that gets really expensive really fast. But this one was a really fun challenge and I really enjoyed doing it, so let's look at my playthrough. So this is what I did. As you can see, it's a little bit busy, a little crazy all over the place, but I fit 7 roller coasters into this tiny little area. Most of them are ones I designed myself, some of them are presets, and others were designed by Marcel Voss over on YouTube. He designed this one here, I believe, and also this one here. So really, really nice ones for scenarios because they're small, they have good throughput, and they make a good amount of money for you. So this one I had over 1,000 guests by the time I got to the end of year 1, but I had to use pretty much every inch of the park. Like, I literally couldn't fit anything else here if I tried. But it was really, really fun to do, and very, very challenging, which I appreciate because I like challenging scenarios. The other weird thing about this one is where the guests spawn from. They come from all the way over here, and they can either walk down this way, or more often they'll walk over this way to enter the park. So by the time they get to the park, they're pretty tired, so that's kind of interesting too. So anyways, this one was really fun to do, and if you fancy a challenge, I definitely recommend downloading this park. The next park I wanted to showcase is this one. It's called Pacific State Recreation Area. The description says, international courts have ruled that denying access to amusement parks is a human rights abuse. This prison's budget is tight and the inmates are nearly broke, but you have an idea about how to comply with this new law. The goal is to have 1,700 guests in your park at the end of October year 3, the rating at least 600. So this little area here is their recreation area, and this is all you have to build, but you get to look at this really cool prison over here, really well built. And what's weird is the guests spawn all the way over here and they have to walk all through the prison to get to your park. But, at least they have some cool scenery as they're walking over there. So when they get to your park, they have very little money. Like, guests will come in with $5, $10, sometimes even $0 by the time they even get to your park. So you have to build ATMs right away, and I had a hard time when I did it getting guests to actually go to the ATMs. I put several all right by the entrance of the park and they would ignore it until they finally decided, oh, I guess I should go get some money. So, when I started this one, I first got rid of all this extra scenery because it's a good way to get some money, and it also does kind of get in the way of building, but it does look really cool, definitely, to start out. So let's look at my playthrough. So this is what I did. I used pretty much every bit of land I could possibly imagine. This one is a little bit after I beat it because I wanted to make sure I filled in every bit of space. So lots and lots of roller coasters, all tight amongst each other because there's really no room for anything. I also I had this idea from somebody else in the subreddit who said they did this when they did this scenario. All the shirt stalls have orange shirts, so the inmates, so they all look like inmates, they're all wearing orange. There's always a couple people who don't end up buying a shirt, jerk. But for the most part, they all look really, really cool, all wearing orange. So yeah, this one is also really, really fun to play. I had a really bit of a challenge, especially at the beginning, because nobody would get any money, so they weren't able to go on any of my rides. But once they really got going and they got money out of the ATM and started really going on rides, I was making good money, and I was pretty quickly able to fill in the entire park. By the time I was completely full, I still had a couple months left before the scenario was complete, and I had way more than enough guests. So that was the only thing that got a little tedious, is having to wait. So I started spending money on adding little bits of scenery here and there just to try to, you know, deal with the time before it finished beating the scenario. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one, and definitely I recommend you play it if you want a good challenge. Definitely is not a beginner scenario. So both these scenarios have been a lot of fun, and I'm going to look forward to playing more scenarios by the O'Calhoun. I will definitely link in the description to his subreddit posts so you can go download the scenarios yourself. And as always, I hope to see you guys in the next video. See you soon. Bye.